Hello and welcome back to my channel. I haven't been here in a while. I know, I'm sorry, but my life has just been so crazy, so hectic, such a whirlwind in the best of possible ways. Like, first of all, I moved, so this is a completely new space. I'm really excited to show you, but the video isn't ready yet, so you're just gonna have to imagine for now. But yeah, like, moving is stressful. It's super exciting, but it's stressful. Like, the process of moving our things and settling in and getting comfortable in my new environment has just been taking up all of my energy and mental space. And on top of that, I've been working my butt off. Like, I've been working at my part-time barista job just so I can live. I've also been working to build up like my web development business, and also looking into starting that jewelry business that I've like mentioned in the past. But yeah, it's just been crazy, and unfortunately I deprioritized YouTube because I felt like it wasn't the most important thing that I needed to be doing. But it turns out that it is probably the most important thing that I need to be doing, because when I go too long without making videos, like I mentioned this a couple videos back as well, but if I go too long and I haven't made a video, this feeling of like deep anxiety and like disappointment in myself, it kind of starts to settle in. And no matter what I do, no matter how much I meditate, how much I do yoga, how productive I am doing other things, the feeling just doesn't go away. And I don't know why it's taken me so long to realize that that feeling is directly correlated with me doing this and me being present in this space. It totally makes sense. This is such an important space for me to be in, both to help me document my life and reflect on my thoughts, but also to connect with other people like all across the world. Like, I've gotten to the point in YouTube where I actually get messages from people who have been touched by my story and my videos, which is crazy. And seeing it kind of unfold out in front of me, it kind of makes me feel like this is one of my purposes in this life and one of my callings. Having gone through what I've been through with my family and my relationship and just things like that, I feel like I really inspire girls and even guys who are in the same situation that I was in. And if I ignore that aspect, it really starts to take a toll on me, because I feel like this is one of my purposes and one of the activities that bring me the most meaning to my life. So yeah, I know I'm totally rambling. I am sorry, but I'm just like, I'm trying to film this video to help me transition back into YouTube. So I haven't prepared anything, there are no notes, and therefore this video might get really long. So I will leave timestamps in the description below so that you can listen to the answers that you care about and you don't have to listen to all of them. But yeah. Okay, I posted a thing on Instagram and Facebook the other day asking people to ask me questions, but I also left them an option to ask me things anonymously, and all of the questions I got were anonymous, which is good in a way, because I feel like the questions that are asked anonymously are the ones that people aren't afraid to ask because they're not linked to them, so they might be a bit more real and a bit more deep. I haven't actually like looked at all of them, but anyway, I'm just saying that because I just want you to know I didn't actually make up the questions and people did ask me. So anyway, the first question: what is your ideal daily routine? Have you ever wanted to live in another country? Okay, so those are two questions in one from the same person. I guess I'll answer both. So my ideal daily routine, I don't really have a daily routine because I've kind of set up my life in a way where my every day is completely different, and that's how I really like it. Like, one of my biggest fears is that I'll get stuck in a life where every single day is super predictable and exactly the same, and like one day blurs into the next and I don't even know, like time starts passing really quickly and I haven't really done anything, you know what I mean? So that's why I don't really like having a daily routine. However, I do have a morning routine that I try to follow, which is very simple. It consists of 2 steps. Number 1 is setting an alarm and not pressing snooze for 2 hours straight, because I tend to do that a lot. And then secondly, getting up from bed and immediately doing my yoga and meditation practice. And the reason to do it as soon as I wake up is because it helps put me in a good mindset for the rest of the day, and all of the other tasks that I have to do in that day just tend to go a lot smoother. So any day where I have accomplished those 2 things, where I haven't wasted too much time pressing snooze and where I have successfully done my yoga and meditation, that day is 99.9% going to be a really, really good day. So that's my morning routine. And then the second question I think was, do you want to ever live in another country? Yes, but no. And when I was younger, I always had this impression that when I would become an adult, that I would move out of Toronto and live in a completely different country or a different city and start my life over somewhere else. And I don't really know why that is. It was kind of this wish that I had when I was like actually pretty young. But now that I've gotten to a place where that can be a possibility, I don't think that I would want to move out of Toronto, just because I love the city a lot. And all of my friends are here and all of my family is here. So why would I uproot myself to start over when nothing is wrong here, you know? But I would love to travel, just because one of my goals in life is just to have as many experiences as possible. But I want to travel in a way that lets me stay in a different country for longer than just like a week or 2 weeks, which is like the normal amount of time people go on holiday. Like the way that I'm setting up my businesses, like, and my income sources, is so I can work from anywhere. I can work remotely. And once I do that, then I can live wherever I want. And I would like to have a home base in Toronto, but I would also like to live in other countries for like a couple weeks or months at a time, and then return back to Toronto when I'm done with it. Just because I feel like you get so much more and you learn so much more about the philosophy of life in a different place when you're there and actually living your day-to-day life and not just living a vacation life, you know what I mean? So that's kind of like how I see my life unfolding. Yeah, so. Okay, second question, something you're happy about or happy for right now. I am happy to say that I'm happy about everything in my life right now. And like I think the next video that I'm gonna post is just, that is going to be the theme of the video, like the fact that I'm living my dream life right now. Like for real, I am everything that I'm doing, the place that I'm living, the people that I have in my life, just everything is so amazing and so in line with what I want, that I'm just so excited and just so happy and grateful and really, 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 really feeling good about where I am right now. So yeah, I'm happy about literally everything. Okay, next question. How long until you saw the benefits / found meditation easier? I would say, honestly, I would say that once I started meditating consistently and regularly, like every day, or trying to meditate every day, I saw results immediately. Like for example, I can say within the first week that I started meditating every day, I noticed that I was just calmer, I was less reactive to negative situations, and I was able to stay focused for longer. Yeah, straight up, it helped me immediately. But to find it easier is not the same as seeing the benefits, because I still don't find meditation easy. It's still hard, and that's just kind of one of the ways that meditation even helps, because it gets you comfortable with discomfort. And I don't think the goal of meditation is to make it easy. The goal of meditation is to sit through it no matter how difficult it is. How did you start meditation? Is there a word or sound you focus on when meditating? I started how or why? If how, I started meditating by just using this app called Insight Timer, and I just set like a 5-minute timer, and I just focus on my breath. I don't focus on a sound or a word. I guess I say inhale and exhale to myself, but it's like I would say I focus on my breath more than the words. But if you're asking, if you actually meant why I started meditating, it's just because I had gotten really deep into my yoga practice, and within the yoga community, a lot of people also meditate, and a lot of people talk about meditation, and a lot of successful people that I have been inspired by, who I've listened to on podcasts, like meditation has always kind of come up in their conversations. And so I just felt a natural pull towards trying it. And like I said in my meditation video, when I first started meditating, it was a very sporadic practice. Like I just did it every week or every couple weeks, or it wasn't like a scheduled thing that I felt that I had to do. And then I started meditating consistently last December, just because I felt a desire within me to do so. I didn't force it or anything, I just felt the need to, and so I did. And if you feel like meditation is a chore and you hate doing it, then don't do it, because it shouldn't be something that you force upon yourself. Meditation should be something that you want to do, and it should come, the desire to meditate should come from within naturally. I don't know why I started giving tips. I think I went outside the scope of that question. Anyway, next question. What's a piece of advice that you'd give the younger you in terms of school, relationship, family, and friends? I don't know, because I was such a different person when I was younger. Like I've done a complete like 180 in my values and my belief systems and everything like that. So I don't think that the advice that I would give myself when I was younger would even really be relevant, especially because when I was younger, I can honestly say I had no problems. Like I was good at school, I had friends that I enjoyed spending time with, my relationship with my family was great because I didn't do anything that upset them. I honestly had no problems, so I don't think I would have done anything differently. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, this one is kind of, could be controversial, but someone said, I love your videos. I was wondering, as I found you through your praying after 3 years video, if you'd consider ever becoming Muslim again, or do you think you will ever become Muslim again? Okay. To be honest, I don't think that I will ever label myself as Muslim again, just as I would never label myself as Buddhist or Hindu or Christian. I just don't feel the need to do such a thing. Religion is supposed to teach you spirituality, right? But like I said in the video that you mentioned, Islam wasn't taught to me as a spiritual practice. Like in the way that it was taught to me, I perceived it more as a form of control and kind of an oppressive force in my life. And unfortunately, because of that, that's the reason I've strayed from the organized religion. Like I don't judge anyone who find benefit in Islam, because religion is supposed to kind of be a guide to help you connect to a higher power, or you can call it whatever you want. You can call it God, you can call it Allah, you can call it the universe, the energy force, the source from which we all and everything around us has come from. Whatever that is, religion is supposed to help you find a connection to it. And unfortunately, Islam did not help me find that connection. And only once I stopped following the religion is when I found that connection. And at this point, I am so at peace with where I am spiritually. I am no longer searching, because the way that I form my beliefs and my understanding of the reality and the world around me is through an open mind. Like I learn from all the religions around the world, all the different types of people and the types of belief systems. I research them, I learn from them, and I pick out the truths that align with me and my values, and that has been working fine for me. And I kind of don't appreciate the Muslim community, or some people in the Muslim community, because like for example, I've been getting a lot of hate from both from online strangers but also from family members who are just coming at me with messages, trying to make me feel bad, trying to make me feel guilty, and just being kind of hateful and negative towards me because they're upset that I don't call myself a Muslim anymore. And that's just insane to me, because if you're a Muslim, your religion teaches you to be non-judgmental, it teaches you to be compassionate and understanding of other people and their experiences. So how are you saying that you're a devout Muslim, yet you're coming after me and not following what you are supposed to be following? So there's just a lot of hypocrisy within the Muslim community, and I kind of just want to be as far away as possible from it. And another thing, I understand that my beliefs have no guarantee to be true. And when you follow an organized religion, people call it faith. It's kind of like blindly trusting sources of information and kind of limiting your view of reality in the world because you are so adamant about being stuck in that one frame of mind. And I don't really relate to that. I like my mind to be open to anything. You can't learn the truth being closed-minded, okay? And that's kind of my motto, and that's why I will never really follow a organized religion really strictly. Next question. Any advice for people wanting to live their truth? Okay, first of all, living your own truth, I'm interpreting it as being a completely free person, free from the expectations of others, and like you're making decisions in your life based on who you are and what you really want to do, as opposed to making decisions based on what other people want you to do. And let me just say that this path takes a lot of courage because it can get very, very lonely. Unfortunately, we aren't entitled to freedom in this life. We have society, we have family, we have friends who all have their own views and expectations of who they want us to be. And if you don't align with that version of yourself, then unfortunately you're gonna have a difficult time. You're gonna face a lot of conflict, and you need to be okay with that. If you want to sail through life undisturbed and just completely stable, I recommend that you don't try living your truth, because it is really hard. And my advice, I guess, would be to be friends with yourself first, because there are a lot of moments where you're the only one who can understand you. And if you're not friends with yourself, then who is going to support you? You know, so your relationship with yourself has to be very, very strong if you are wanting to live a life that is entirely your own. What is your relationship with your family now? My relationship with my family is always a work in progress. It can always get better because of everything that's happened. Obviously, it's going to take a lot of time and commitment and energy and communication to get it back to a place that is conflict-free. But we're doing well. I visit home whenever I can. I see my mom, see my sisters, spend time there. I still don't talk to my dad, but I'm kind of just giving that time. Like, I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, I mean, there still are things that I disagree with my parents, but like my lifestyle, for example, and where I live and what I'm doing. But we're starting to accept each other's differences and accept each other's point of views, but this is going to take some time. And yes, it's difficult. If you're wondering, maybe I can share something really quickly. I used to go home every week. Like once I came back to Toronto, I used to go home every week, and I found that I still wasn't ready for it. because the next day, like the day would go fine, I would spend my day at home, whatever, but then the next day I would be really depressed and just not really be able to get out of bed or get anything done. And it's just been hard for me because I really so badly want my relationship with my family to be fixed, but it's like it can be hard to be patient, you know. I didn't think I was gonna cry, oh my god. Yeah, but it's slowly improving, yeah. But it's just hard because my philosophy versus my parents' philosophies are so different, and it's really hard to find common ground. But we're working on it, yeah. It'll be fine. Like, it's definitely a lot better than I would have predicted, but obviously as a human, you kind of just want everything to be good just as soon as possible. But yeah. Okay, next. Do you regret anything, timing, the way you may have acted / words said in terms of your choice to come out to your family about your boyfriend / move out? No. I honestly don't live a life of regret. I don't know, I just don't really dwell on what happened. Like, whatever happened happened, and I obviously made the decision because that is what I felt was best for me to do at the time. And I am in a great place right now in my life, and I seriously don't regret anything. I don't regret the timing, because although it was scary then, better sooner than later, because realistically, how long could I have kept up the charade of hiding Garrett from my family? How many more years of lying to both my parents and myself, like, and living with this anticipation of like doomsday? How long could that have possibly gone on? So I'm really happy that I just got it over with when I did. I never said anything mean to my parents. I've never disrespected them directly, so I don't regret any words that I've said. Yeah, I'm just living, like the other question said, I'm living my truth. I'm living the best way that I know to live, and I am happy with that. And then with moving out, I'm so happy I moved out, because unfortunately that space was very limiting. Like I said, the philosophies of my parents and myself are very different, and I wasn't able to grow in that environment. So as soon as I moved out, my self-growth just accelerated, and that has kind of led me to where I am today. Like, I am so happy. I am so, everything that I would ever possibly dream of, I am living it at this moment. So yeah, no, I don't regret anything, because everything ends up working out. It was definitely difficult, but it's worked out. Who would you take a bullet for? This is easy. I would definitely take a bullet for Garrett, my boyfriend, partner, life partner, soulmate, etc. Whatever, it's stupid. But he, oh my god, I don't know what I would have done without him. I don't think my life would be as happy as it is now without him. He just is perfect. He's thoughtful, he's caring, he's intelligent, he inspires me, he motivates me. Like, the whole reason I'm even doing YouTube is because of his encouragement. Like, I would not be the confident person that I am today with the hobbies and the skills and the life aspirations that I have if it wasn't for Garrett. So definitely I would take a bullet for him. But then he would be sad that I was dead, so maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. Okay, last question. You've been through a lot in your short 20-something years of life. What would you say has been your toughest challenge, biggest accomplishment, and current struggle and goal? Toughest challenge has definitely been, how do I phrase this? Like 2 years ago, when I came out to my family about my boyfriend and everything, it kind of started a domino effect that made me question everything, including my belief systems. And that was the toughest challenge. Like, I believed in the religion that I was raised with so strongly that I did not even consider the option of anything else. So at the moment where I kind of started realizing, like, wait, this may not be the ultimate truth, the floor kind of fell under my feet, because it was like my view of reality and the world was kind of just like poof, gone. And I had to recreate everything. I had to relearn, I had to re-understand what this existence is. And I'm really happy that I've gone through that process, because I've never been more at peace. But it was definitely very tough, very difficult. Same with losing my family in a way. Like, I still talk to them, but I will never have the same relationship that I had before with them, and that's kind of tough to come to terms with, but it's the sacrifice that I've had to make to spend this life that I've been given the way that I want to spend it. So yeah, that's the toughest challenge. Biggest accomplishment is, I think my biggest accomplishment is becoming my own best friend. Just being so confident in myself and my opinions and my aspirations. I am no longer self-conscious. Like, I seriously love myself a lot, and that was a long journey on its own, with a lot of guilt. And that was really difficult to get over, because it bred a lot of kind of like self-hatred and self-questioning, but I've completely gotten out of that space now. And yeah, I'm really happy to have been born who I was born, and I'm happy to have become what I have become. Current struggle and goal. So this isn't really a struggle, but one of the things, like the goal that I'm focusing on right now is to reach financial independence. In other words, have enough money or enough of a stable income so that I don't have to work for anyone else, especially not in a full-time job, and so that both Garrett and I can do whatever we want in this life, like work on our own projects and not have to worry about money or retiring and things like that, you know? Yeah, so I think that's it. That's all my questions. I really apologize if I rambled or if something didn't make sense, because I don't have no idea what I said in the past 20 something minutes. Hopefully it wasn't all blabber and it actually was coherent, but I also haven't made a video in like a month, and especially not a sit-down video like this, so I might have forgotten how to articulate properly. But anyway, if you watched it, and if you're watching this still now, thank you so much for being here. For real, it's insane that there are people that watch our videos. So yes, thank you for watching. Goodbye.